Hey guys, it's Malik, and I'm here to do tonight's movie review of The Huntsman, Winter's War, that just came out this past weekend. Let me just start off, okay? It's 2012, and as you know, Hollywood has movies come out every year where there's multiple characters all in the same film as different studios compete. This was the year of Snow White and the Huntsman. What set it aside and different from all the other movies that came out that year was the visuals from music video director Rupert Sanders. It had not only growing star Chris Hemsworth, it had the beautiful Charlize Theron as the villain, which we hadn't really seen that kind of power yet. And then, of course, there was Kristen Stewart. But now it's 4 years later, and we come back to Snow White and the Huntsman. Sorry, not the Huntsman, just the Huntsman, Winter's War. And this time, they have bumped it up. It is directed by Cedric Nicholas Troyan, who was the special effects, he was the head of the special effects supervisor on Snow White and the Huntsman. He got bumped up to director and jumped in. This film has decided to take on a sequel, essentially, by building off of the universe that was already set before it. And I really wish that the trailers that showed what really made the movie awesome. This woman right here, Jessica Chastain, she literally brought so much to the movie and carried it. It wasn't just her alone, though. It was Emily Blunt as well, who stepped in as a brand new character. And I'm just going to break them down first. Jessica Chastain plays Sara, a love interest, and a huntsman just like Chris Hemsworth. In reality, though, she is a lot smarter. She's faster, stronger than Hemsworth's huntsman. And not only does he and the other characters recognize this, but the movie itself recognizes it and respects it, which is really quite nice. She's also Scottish. Not to mention, she's a great shot with an arrow. She's amazing at everything that she does. And when she comes in, it's like a whirlwind. And every time she's in a scene, she literally carries it. And then you have Emily Blunt, who steps in as Queen Freya. She is the sister to Theron's Ravenna from the first movie. And she has this emotional gravity that just is the through line for the entire movie. And is essentially why our characters are there and what everything is kind of based off of. And when she's not there, the movie feels a little bit like just missing something without her, which is quite interesting. And also a really good change of pace. But what's nice is this movie, okay, it's a basic plot. It's basic, get from point A to point B, bring it back to point A. What makes it nice is the motivations that the characters have. That's what really kind of separates it different. For instance, Hemsworth this time around is not only trying to save the kingdom, but he also is trying to redeem his love. You have Queen Freya, who wants to be a mother, and all of her actions are just about being the surrogate mother or motherhood in some sense, which is, it's heart-wrenching already. And then you have Jessica Chastain's Sara, who is all about revenge. And they're all moving on these different intertwining plot lines and all connections. And then when you throw in Theron's Ravenna, who stands in the mark and the place of everyone else's plot lines, it literally makes her character not only more fleshed out, but it also makes her more of a villain, which is a great way of building upon the unhinged character that you've already created in Snow White and the Huntsman. That's a lot to say, and I gotta say that, you know what, that's pretty awesome for a plot line from the writers of Hangover 2 and 3, and for them to have something that is so carried out so well is impressive, and I haven't seen that really in a sequel in quite a while. Now, this all comes together with Cedric stepping in and upping those visuals, and I'm talking about building off of the beautiful set design, costume design that Sanders had in the first movie, but taking that even one step further. I mean, the ice castle, all the way to Emily Blunt's entire costume is just something that cosplay is just made for. Not to mention, you got James Newton Howard stepping in to do the score. We're talking some sweeping drums, we're talking some sweeping music, we're talking even a little bit of edginess that makes the movie scary at certain times, especially during a certain scene dealing with goblins. Not to mention, this movie is a hard PG-13. I'm talking about we're getting multiple sex scenes, not like Game of Thrones sex, but like enough that like kids in the theater were like ew and asking the audience when it was okay to open their eyes, which was a good comic relief, but I wish I could say that it served the plot. It didn't serve the plot, but it still nonetheless was there, and you should know going in that this movie definitely tried to set itself aside from that Kristen Stewart movie. The other thing that I want to add on to this review is that even though this movie is sold as a prequel, which it's not, it's the first 10 minutes is like a prequel, and then the rest of the movie is actually a sequel taking 7 months after the first movie. It's quite genius. It's a nice way of putting it all together and making it solid. I gotta give it 4 hot dogs. I know that says a lot. Honestly, it's a movie that I enjoy through and through. I had no problem watching it. I would totally watch it again. It was better than the first movie, even though it took away Kristen Stewart, which was okay. It was actually all right. I mean, like, they even kind of mention her, but you don't really need her, And it also had an incredible cast.
Who needs Kristen Stewart?
It has an incredible cast that pulls it together. Not to mention, you've got Nick Frost coming in for comic relief as one of the dwarves.
Nick Frost is in it?
Yes.
I'm there.
And
sold.
It has so many awesome elements to it that actually made it an actual enjoyable ride. And I honestly think that for tackling a sequel and for having so much characters fleshed out and a story fleshed out, which is impressive for something that would usually just be Hollywood just cashing in on it, it's a really good... It's a release that sadly is not going to get the attention that it deserves.
Why do people hate it?
I don't know why people hate it, because Jungle Book is still out. And that's what everyone is going to see. Everyone's going to see Jungle Book has been sold out for the past couple of weeks.
You gave that 5 stars, though.
That was 5 stars, And I honestly, I feel like I'm the only person that liked this movie. Every review I've read has hated it. And they feel as though there's nothing that actually separates it aside, that Cedric has no voice, that the movie is lacking in plot holes. And you know what? I say that it's a fantasy film based off of a Kristen Stewart Snow White. I did not expect a whole lot. And you know what? I would say that I got a whole lot more going for that castle. So, honestly, if you get the chance to check it out in theaters. If you can see it in 3D, I guarantee you it's pretty awesome. Visually freaking awesome. If you're going to wait until it's on DVD, that's totally fine as well. Just add it to your collection. But trust me, you're in for something that they're not even showing you. They're holding all the best elements out, and it's really, really smart. That's it. That's my review. Have an awesome night. If you get the chance, be sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Let us know what you think. If you're watching this on TV, head to the YouTube. There's tons more videos, more reviews, and that's an actual way for us to interact with you other than just this little TV setting that we have. And thank you for your time, and enjoy your night.